So Roger, been working on this editorial for quite a bit. It takes a lot of logistics.
Right.
But I was looking for Celtic Castles in the UK, and when I googled Celtic Castles, you're all over the internet.
Mhm.
How many castles do you manage?
We've got about 90, Antonio, and obviously it was lovely to connect with you online and learn a bit more about what you do with photography and buildings. But we've got 90 altogether, and they're dotted all around the UK, Wales, Ireland, North and South, England and Wales, and we've also got chateaus in France as well.
That's lovely. And I like the way you have them displayed by country, and it's very easy to find them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any particular ones that your favorite ones, or?
That's always a difficult question. Quite simply because, well, I've
Any ones you hate?
I have come across many castles. We do stay in them all. I will go and get to know the owners, stay in the properties, understand how they operate. In fact, some castles I've stayed 5-6 times in. But every single property is unique, and they all have something special. It might be a room, it might be an owner who's a little bit eccentric, who I adore. It could be the location, but they're all very, very special, but no two are the same. So it's very difficult for me to say, I love this one. I mean, I've just come back from a holiday in Scotland, where we stayed in Forter Castle. It's a lovely tower house. It was built in 1560 and sleeps 12 people. And we've had a 25th wedding anniversary and a 50th birthday party there.
Wow.
At the same time. And it was lovely to share that with friends and family. And for me, it's seeing people arrive at the property, because I'm very fortunate that I experience these all the time, but seeing other people enjoy them and touch history in effect and just have that atmosphere is what tickles it for me. In fact, my favourite thing is when a client has stayed and then they send us feedback back, or I get a little email to say, Roger or any member of the team, we've had an amazing time. Because my belief is that when people stay in a castle or a historic building like this, what happens is they create a memory and an experience. But for me, what I'm looking for is one, an experience. I want people to walk in and feel really, really special, as I would like myself. And I've been very fortunate to stay in lots of beautiful places all over the world. But when it comes to selling the UK in effect, it's about finding the right properties that create that atmosphere. So when you walk in, people look after you, you relax, you feel at home. I mean, what's fascinating is watching people come in and de-stress.
Right.
And they just relax, but they're being looked after. The food has to be good, the service has to be good, the rooms have to be to a high standard. And from there then, it's the people that you have around you. Now that might be other guests, if it's just a couple staying, it might be a whole party of people who know each other.
Right.
And then it's how that event unfolds. And of course, the castle is just the backdrop. From there then, it's just about what you want to dress up.
I was talking to my wife the other day, and I was like, wow, you know, you got all these TV series, Game of Thrones,
Yes.
and everybody wants to stay in castles now in America.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming your business will be like super booming now.
Well, we are seeing a lot of interest in castle experiences.
Yeah.
And yes, when you start to get these programs and series coming out, then that spurts it on. We've done quite a lot of TV with properties and whatnot, and again that generates interest. But it is just that I think everybody, you know, wants to be a princess or have that castle experience at some point. So it does go on bucket lists and wish lists, etc., for people to experience.
And the great thing about these castles is that you don't realize, but they have all these activities, you know, like archery,
Yes,
falconing,
yes.
all these stuff that you would never find any other place.
In fact, you've experienced a 4-wheel drive event.
Exactly. The falconing as well.
Yes.
We were at Bobby Castle, and
Right.
they had the falconing.
You went out with the hawker.
Yes, he was a very, very interesting character.
And I think that's another, Antonio, you just mentioned the characters. All these properties
Right.
have characters in them, whether it's the owner who's rebuilt the property, or whether it's somebody who's worked there for 40 odd years. They've got stories to tell and they'll share it with you.
Yeah, this guy that has the falcons, all he does is, you know, I don't think he ever, you know, talks to a human.
No,
all he does is
he has
birds.
yes.
Birds, those are his family right there.
Indeed.
And so on and so forth. They have all these characters. But it's been a great experience. I am very excited. I'm going on a tour. I'm photographing 10 castles.
Yeah.
All thanks to you. And I'm excited about the next one. This is my fourth one,
Yeah.
and they just keep getting better and better. And normally by this time during an editorial, I would be just ready to go home.
Right.
But for some reason I have like energy to go and find out what's next.
Well, I think that sort of surmises everything that a castle experience
Yes.
offers, and it's a delight to hear that. And what I've been excited doing is building this tour up for you, but also linking in with all the opportunities that this brings, both of us really going forward.
Right.
But sharing that castle experience with you, so it's been lovely to come across today and catch up.
Great. Well, it was lovely to meet you and finally meet you.
Yeah.
We've been talking for like 2 or 3 months already.
Yeah.
And we're very excited about what we can do in the future.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Antonio. Great, thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Cheers.